Hello, welcome denizens of the multiverse once again to Talking is a Free Action. Yes, you're back for our weekly show where we kidnap members of the material plane. Oh, no, I've tried this before. We don't kidnap people, we borrow them. You don't need to look so worried, dear. We borrow people from the material plane. We put them through a gauntlet of challenge rooms and questions to see what makes them tick and find out delicious knowledge about them. To what end? Well, like I said, knowledge. Is that not the end goal of everything? We obviously, as the question masters, that's who I am, by the way, I am the illusionist representing the question masters. Obviously, it goes without saying that we know everything. However, because we know everything, we know there's always more to know. So that's why we kidnap people, so we can find out more about them and this material plane and all of its delicious secrets. And today, for your delectation, I have borrowed one Huxley. Say hello to everyone, Huxley.
Hello, my name's Huxley. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, lovely. Thank you very much, Huxley.
I don't know where I am.
That's okay, dear. You don't need to just for now. Is that... you good? Are you done?
I trust you.
Great, marvellous. So, Huxley here is going to go through the Temple of Truth and we'll find out a bit more about how he ticks, and hopefully also I hear tell that Huxley is connected to a higher being known as Liz. So maybe we'll get to find out a bit more about Liz from the Real World as well. Now, before we begin your trials, dear Huxley, we must acknowledge our sponsors and supporters. Obviously, we wouldn't want to do this improperly. So, everyone, please send your eternal gratitude to all of these people around us: Hero Forge, Ultra Pro, Phoenix Dice, Alchemy RPG, Idle Champions, Neverwinter, Elderwood Academy, and D&D Beyond. And also, please extend your warmest thank yous to the D20 Club. They are wonderful. You could be just as wonderful as they are if you look up a thing called Patreon and find us on there. Now, as ever, if you cannot join us in the Temple of Truth Live, you could always listen on your favourite podcasting app by searching for Roll Together RPG. And we're also available in various demi-planes of existence of social media under the same name, Roll Together RPG. We've fairly recently, although actually it's not that recent now, we've been on it for a while. Our latest demi-plane that we exist in is the TikTok, which I believe the Poppet is in charge of, so I'm sure it's going swimmingly. Anyway, enough of all that. Huxley, my dear,
Yes.
my friend, welcome. The Temple of Truth has summoned you. Here you are, stood in front of it. Over the next 55 minutes or so, you shall traverse your way through the temple. Behind each door is a challenge for you to overcome using your wits or your guiles or your brawn or your charm. But remember, if any of this sounds like it might be too much, at any point you could shout, "Talking is a free action," which is the name of the game, indeed, and I will just lift you out of the situation and maybe we'll get to know Liz a little bit better. Does that sound amenable to you, my dear?
So I'm going to wander around, lost, traversing through various places, and hoping to find something out.
Yes.
Sounds like the last time I went to a tavern, I got very lost.
Oh,
I
really?
drank far too much, a whole pint, and I
One
didn't
whole
know
pint?
where I was. A whole pint. I'm very large, but it struck me straight away, and yes, I was stuck in there for at least a day or two.
Goodness, a particular part of the tavern you stuck in?
I believe it was the ladies' lavatory, and I did not
Oh,
mean to be
goodness.
there.
Right. Did that cause a bit of a stir?
No, everyone was very, very kind about the entire situation. There was a little old lady who helped me out, bless her, sat me down by the fire and gave me a milk, and then I passed out. I don't remember anything else after that point.
Well, if the rest of your adventures are just as exhilarating as that one, I'm sure we're going to be in for quite the treat tonight, everyone. Okay, well, fortunately for everyone's sanity, the powers that be that have allowed me to bring you here, Huxley, only last for about an hour, like I say. So at the end, I can whisk you back off to wherever it was I accidentally pulled you from, and then you'll not remember a single thing has happened, much like your tavern visit, I'm sure.
It's not my first rodeo, as they say. That's quite all right. Thank you very much.
Well, did you have anything else you would like to say before you begin?
Well, I've already introduced myself. My name's Huxley.
Yes.
My last name is...
All right.
No.
Oh, no, we didn't get your last name. Go on. That is pertinent information.
My last name is Bricklesnout. I work at a library, specifically at the Blackstaff Tower in Waterdeep, and I stack shelves.
Marvellous. Good. I'm glad we got all of that ticked off the list. Fantastic. Please step into the Temple of Truth now.
Oh, this way. Right.
Yes. You'll step up. It's a large silver squared pyramidic shape with, again, large silver doors, metal, solid, intricate swirling designs covering the front of them. And as you reach for the front door, could you please roll me a D100?
Of course I can. 1 second. Bear with, caller.
Wait, I don't know if
that's Radio 1, isn't it?
is that copyright? Maybe I shouldn't sing all of that.
Oh
no.
25.
Ruined everything. 25.
Yes.
I was about to go into half of Girl from Ipanema. Right. You open the door. It creaks and you step inside. It is a dark room. The door closes behind you without you touching it. And as it does so, slams shut, echoes, reverberates with a... Lights appear. And you're in sort of a moderately sized empty room. There's nothing else in here. It's sort of just bare stone walls, relatively nondescript. Can't actually tell where it's lit from. It's not particularly torch sconces. I know it said church sconces.
We'll go for church sconces.
I don't know what they're doing here.
There's an absolute difference between the two that we both know very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But that they're not there either. Funnily enough, it's just light.
Okay.
But ahead of you, in the center of the room, there is a figure. There's a tall, furry figure. Pink and blue fur, wizardy robes. He turns around and says, "Well, well, well." And you gasp because it is Huxley, but wearing an evil beard, as opposed to your beard, which is a good beard.
My friend, you appear to have dipped your beard in oil. What is the center parting about? Why on earth would you do that to yourself?
No, this is the way. It is how you know that I am you, but evil.
Oh, evil. I see.
Mwahaha.
You know, I always wondered if I had it in me, and apparently I don't, because you have it in you.
Very much so. Yes, it is I who contains all of your evil, and now we must fight.
Oh, before we do, would you mind answering me this? Why do you not have any church sconces in this room?
It is not my room.
Oh, whose room is it?
But it is the Illusionists' room.
Oh, I see. The lovely lady from before. Yes, of course. Very well. Well, should we start? Do you start first, or do I go?
Oh, well, I don't know. Would you like to?
I mean, we could sit down and discuss fighting before we sort of...
That sounds like a good idea, actually. Best to have a good battle plan, strategy.
Do you have any tea?
Oh, no, we should, really, oughtn't we? Yes.
It can be evil tea. I'll take it.
Yes, it probably better be, just to be on the safe side. couple of armchairs, a table, and a pot of tea and 2 teacups will appear. What if Huxley was summoning a tea set? What would it look like?
The actual teapot itself would be very ornate, but the handle for it would be big enough for his big hands. You would see him instinctively kind of push the fur of his hands back because often that would dip in the tea. The mugs themselves, the little teacups, are weirdly shaped around the rim to account for his tusks, because they do get in the way when he tries to drink anything. So they're often just a little bit more wide around the rim. In terms of colour, kind of a pale beige, but with streaks of like text written in, like as if from a magic tome somewhere. And when drunk from, if that happens, the text will light up like magic pencil. I don't know if anyone's seen the program, but when the letters turn up, they often light up. Down and flick. Yeah. Basically that happens, and it's essentially the Elven word for tea, but it's a really long word in Elvish, obviously. So it's written. Yes.
Yeah. Very much so. I accept all of that. I will make one tweak. Is that the teapot and cups also have evil beards?
Now I'm going to summon Stampy.
Well, you may well do that. I was going to do the same thing.
Well, I'm going to summon him first.
Well, I'm going to summon him evil.
Stampy!
Stampy! Evil Stampy will appear at the same time as regular Stampy.
So Stampy's basically Clippy, but a book stamp. So has the little googly eyes, appears probably in the teacup, in the tea.
I thought Stampy was bigger than that.
I mean, Stampy is not really there. Stampy can kind of go through things.
I'm sorry, Liz. What?
Stampy's little.
Okay, the way you said Stampy's not really there implied like, Nat, this is a game? Stampy doesn't exist? I was like, what? Don't break my heart.
Come on, Nat, this is a game in our imaginations.
Liz, no. We're not in the talking as a free action
Shall
bit
I get
yet.
my bag of googly eyes 1 second?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Please do.
The googly eyes, they're real. They're in real life. These are real.
Yeah.
And in game.
Can you, are they sticky?
No, sadly.
Can you try and put one on your face anyway?
The request has come in. Should we try and stick it on?
Yes, please.
Do I lick it before I stick it?
It depends on how sticky your face is, I guess.
It depends on time of day. Ooh, it's stuck on.
There you go.
We just try and keep that there as long as we can. I can't move my eyebrows.
I feel like what's the game? What happens when it falls off?
I believe it's normally shots, but I don't have that.
I mean, it's a Friday night.
I've removed it. We're good.
Okay.
Hi, Nat. Welcome.
Hi. Oh, thanks, Liz.
All right.
I did. No. This is breaking the rules. No, we're back in the scene.
I've summoned Stampy before my evil clone.
Okay. Please roll me some kind of initiative check to summon Stampy first.
Okay.
Maybe I should get a dice out as well.
I will tell you this will benefit evil Huxley as well. Huxley does have advantage on initiative checks, so we could both roll with advantage if you wish.
All right. What's your dex bonus?
+4 on the dex check.
That's a classic DM roll there. What did you roll?
Possibly higher than whatever a DM roll is. I rolled the lowest of the two was a 14.
Nice.
And the highest of the two was a 20, which I believe in this imaginary world is quite a good thing. So 24 in total.
Well, I rolled a 1 and a 2 for a total of 6. So yes, good Stampy. Well, I say good Stampy. That's making value judgments on real Huxley, I suppose. But real Huxley Stampy appears first.
Hello, Stampy. How do you feel about the tea? Stampy can't talk. Stampy may emote.
It's Stampy just sort of stamps about a bit.
Me too. What does evil Stampy look like?
I mean, it's Stampy but with an evil beard.
Oh, yes. So if evil Stampy were to stamp anything, would it be that annoying thing where you try and get the ink, and then no matter how hard you try, it does not adhere to the rubber?
Yeah, there's always a bit missing, and it's the
Yeah.
crucial bit of it. Like, does
Like the
Stampy
name.
stamp a word? Does it change?
Yes, Stampy did stamp a word. Overdue. That's what Stampy stamped.
So it says ovu.
Oh, I see. Well, Evil Huxley, I see you've adorned your Stampy with an equivalent beard to your own, which appears to be getting in the way of the overdue stamp on Stampy.
Well, that's the evil trick, you see. People can't read the word, and they don't know their books are overdue, and then their fine gets bigger and bigger.
But to what end, Evil Huxley? To what point?
For evil!
So, do you wish... What's the plan, Evil Huxley?
We're going to sit down. Yes, we're going to have our tea, and we're going to sit down and decide how we're going to fight.
Right.
We must fight. That is the rules, I believe. And Evil Huxley will sort of look over his shoulder to one of the walls, and you'll just get this faint shimmer of the wall. It's sort of partially see-through, and you'll just get the illusionist you'll see behind will just give him a little nod, and then the wall will be solid again.
Might I wave at the illusionist as she appears?
She looks a little cross.
Hello. Right, so you would like us to fight. Now, we are both arcane, and I assume you probably have the same spells that I have.
Yes, but evil.
So, do you think we should try and coordinate who does what? Because if we both cast the same thing at each other, well, it will just be jolly silly, won't it?
No, you're right. I'd like to go first.
Well, go on. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. You're clearly very new at this. It's absolutely fine.
If you were fighting a wizard equivalent to your level, what would you open with?
Well, Huxley has upon his head a helmet that allows him to fly, so I'm assuming Evil Huxley also has this. So we'd be flying anyway. Scatter's always very fun, so it puts the opponent in a completely different area to where they would expect to be. You can't put them in the air or anything, you can simply just move them. There is Big B's hand as well, but Huxley's not notoriously very hitty. He likes to just shuffle things around a little bit, like organize the books. So yeah.
I've got it. This is how we'll fight.
Slow as well is a very good one.
We will create a mess of books.
Yes.
They'll all be messy, and then we've got to use our magic to be the first one to put them in order.
Okay, that's fine. Liz looks as there's no mage hand anyway. No, that's totally fine. We'll do
with
that.
Big B's hand. Giant hand with tiny books.
Punching the books. Yes, we'll do that.
All right. I tell you what. Would Huxley try to cheat in any way, or try and use
Huxley
slow?
would try and cheat out of inquisitiveness. So he would want to know how close this other Huxley is to how he is. So he would try to cheat and wonder if the other Huxley thinks what he is thinking at the same time. It's more of an experiment, not so much I want to win. It's more of a, if I put my hand over here when I shouldn't, would Evil Huxley pay attention? Would Evil Huxley mind? So yes, nice. I suppose Huxley would try and cheat, but not from a malicious standpoint.
I think because it's not from a malicious standpoint, it takes Evil Huxley by surprise a little bit, because he's not expecting Huxley to do that. He's expecting Huxley to be a good Huxley. So if there was anything that you were trying to do that would manipulate Evil Huxley because of that, then I'd allow you to get away with that. Like maybe it's just as simple as he's taken ages to get the hand to claw a big chunk of books, and he's stacked them, and you just knock them over because you're trying to see if he would do the same.
I think maybe I just do it by accident and he would assume that I'm cheating then. In that case, I just sort of bend over and his stack of books fall over.
Very good. I think to resolve this, I would like to make a contested, let's see, either like Arcana or History or something. Basically, so you know your Dewey Decimal System or whatever the Forgotten Realms equivalent is, right? Yeah. So it's in this moment, under pressure, how quickly can you look at a book and be like, that belongs in this section?
Got you.
And then also combine it with some kind of sleight of hand or dexterity, or you could argue for magical control.
Okay, we could have a fun roll off with Arcana because that's advantage plus 10.
Wow.
So nice. We could do that, and then sleight of hand is plus 4.
Great. Let's do it. All right.
Arcana.
Here we go. Plus 10. Ooh. 29.
25.
So
Huxley, oh no.
Evil Huxley is because you're trying to distract him slightly. He's going slightly faster than you and is just more focused on it. All right, go with your sleight of hand.
Okay.
And this is without advantage, right?
Yes, it's just a plus 4 sleight of hand.
10.
8.
Oh no. oh good Huxley.
You know, you clearly are more practiced at this than me. Have you been delving in libraries that I've not seen?
No, I've been delving in the very libraries you have seen. And the funny thing is, Huxley, I defeated you without cheating, without resorting to distractions.
And how does that feel?
It feels good.
Good.
Actually.
Oh, I'm
but
glad to hear.
You, however, resorted to petty distractions and cheating. I would argue that maybe you're the evil Huxley all along. Ah!
Another revelation. Yes, perhaps I am. Should we swap?
It's already happened. As evil Huxley says that, there's a big puff of smoke, and you suddenly find this evil beard with the twin forks has suddenly on your face, and there's a mirror in front of you. As you look at the mirror, you realize actually that what it is another one of these silver doors, but it's very highly polished. And you see your reflection, and you have the evil beard now.
I think that's enough from you. I'll take it from here, and I will be the evil one. Dearest Huxley, do go and be good in the world.
No, I think I might.
I think you should. Do take a cup of tea with you, though.
I will. Oh, no, I can't, because it is evil tea. So I'll go and make my own good tea. That belongs to you now.
Thank you. Should we swap Stampies as well? That only seems right.
Probably for the best. Yes,
right.
Yes.
Okay. Off you go, Stampy.
Good. Stampies will swap.
Yeah.
No longer evil Huxley will fade into the wall, and you're left with just a silver door and the sense that the illusionist is furiously taking notes behind a screen.
Oh, poor illusionist. May I just press my tufty ear to the door just to see if I can hear anything in the beyond?
Well, could you roll me a D100?
Of course I may. Yes. I always lose the 100. Is it beneath my googly eyes? No. Where is it? Who knows? Oh, there it is. I found it.
That feels like a children's song.
58.
Is it beneath the googly eyes? Where is my D100?
Oh yes, that favourite childhood hymn we all used to sing.
The classic.
Sit down in assembly, what are you going to sing? Is it beneath my googly eyes? Yep. 58.
Lovely. Okay. I'm just going to tweak the number. I'm going to cheat. Just because that the room that you rolled feels very similar to what we just did.
I will follow the illusionist lead.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay, so you you listen through the door, and it's actually you can't really hear a whole lot. Sounds quiet. Wait, what's that? Is that little like? It sounds like a clinking noise, maybe like cutlery.
Right. Stampy, evil Stampy, what I'm going to do is open the door, and then, my love, if you'd mind just hopping on in, and I'll do the thing where I look through your eyes instead of my eyes. Hopefully we'll find out what it is.
Great.
So I'm going to push the door open and go on, Stampy, off you go.
Lovely. Stampy will fly in. Does Stampy have dark vision?
Yes.
Marvelous. The room is entirely dark. You'll see a long table in front of you with place settings, and in the center there looks like it's not like a banquet yet, but it looks like it's set ready for a banquet to be laid. What is does Stampy have a stat block?
No, Stampy is simply so Stampy's not real. Nah.
What? Oh my god. What?
Yeah, Stampy doesn't have a stat block. Stampy can't be hurt by anything. Things will literally go through him if anything hits him.
Interesting. Okay. I think you might have found the loophole then. I think we might be okay. Does Huxley have have dark vision?
No, but Stampy emits a light. Stampy's an emitter of light.
Well, I'll allow this because you let Stampy through first and you're not looking in the door yet, right? You're behind the door. Yep. Stampy will go in, and you see at the far end of the table there is a woman sat, looking dressed very nicely for a lovely evening out, and she has green scaly skin and snakes for hair.
Oh, she sounds charming. Right. I'll just ask Stampy to stay where he is. I'm gonna just make sure that I look presentable, given my fight that I had with the books. So I'm just going to look in the mirror and just sort my hair out, and maybe just ruffle up the beard a little bit so it's not quite as... Have I heard of anything to do with someone with snake hair before?
Do you want to make me a history check or an arcana check?
I'll go history.
Roll for lore.
Yeah. Huxley does enjoy his lore, bless him. 19?
19, yeah. Definitely in some of the history books and also the fairy tale books as well. You've heard tell of from this place called Ancient Greece, maybe. But also they've appeared in Faerun as well, I believe. You've heard about Medusas before.
Oh, yes.
These women
very
who are
misunderstood women. Very misunderstood.
Yeah. Very much so. But a little bit of a risk still to look at.
I think we'll be all right. I'm going to go in, still using Stampy's eyes. So I'm going to be just holding on to the wall as I go. And I'll push Stampy forwards and try and get her attention with Stampy. So I'm not looking through my eyes, I'm looking through Stampy's eyes. And I will say, hello, my name's Huxley Bricklesnout. I was in a room with myself before, and then I went away, but I stayed, and I thought I'd come and say hello to you because you're sat in the dark. I'm not sure if you're aware, and you look like you could do with some company.
Well, yes, I am sat in the dark, very observant of you. It just so happens that people don't tend to like looking at me, so I thought maybe this might be the best way to start a friendship, and then we'll see.
You know, he's gonna sit down as close as he can to her, just try to kind of sidle up to her, still not looking through his eyes. I've read about many ladies such as yourself, a couple of gentlemen as well, might I add. And they really did struggle with finding friends, but you seem very charming.
You don't know me yet.
No,
You've
I
not
don't,
even
but
looked at me.
not yet, no, but I always think it's a little bit rude to look at someone such as yourself without their permission first.
You're making a lot of assumptions. Anyway, let's see how this goes, shall we? What are you ordering for us for dinner?
Oh. Well, I've just had some tea. But if you're hungry, I hear that quipper and chips is quite a good way to start. Something a little fishy, but something a little starchy, always, sets the tone for the evening. Following from that, I have a friend called Blaze. Now, they make the most fabulous cinnamon buns. I don't suppose you've ever tried a cinnamon bun?
I have not. No, I prefer meat.
Oh, well, you could always pop some ham on top of the cinnamon bun if that's something. Oh, no, don't make me laugh. If
Sorry.
that's something that you would like to try. If you would prefer something more exquisite, someone like yourself probably would like something more exquisite. You could always get a steak on top of your cinnamon bun. Which may
and cinnamon, you say?
I believe it's quite the delicacy.
I'd be willing to try it.
But don't let me put cinnamon buns in your mouth. Perhaps
Why not, Huxley?
this is the most surreal day, because I think it might be an idea for you to... You could order something for yourself. Why don't I order something for you, and you can order something for me? And it could be a surprise.
That's an intriguing prospect. Do you promise that you won't try to make me look into a mirror?
Why on earth would I do that, my love?
Are you trying to... Is
No,
Huxley trying to
Huxley's
hold... Is he genuine?
Legit genuine with that.
Oh, I don't know. Lots of previous states take one look at my snakes, and they try to either run away or they try to defeat me as if I am some creature to be battled.
Might I ask you a question?
Please go ahead.
I do not wish to be rude with this, and please stop me if you think I am being rude. When you consume something, is it just yourself who consumes things, or do your snakes also consume things?
That's such a good question.
Right?
Sorry.
Come on now, keep it together.
I'm sorry.
God.
It depends on whether they're also hungry and what's on the menu. They are
Well,
particularly
as a...
fond of bugbears.
Oh, neither am I. That's, one of the
They
reasons...
are.
That's one of the reasons why I was glad to come to the material plane. There were so many bugbears from where I came from. They like to eat cinnamon buns a lot. They weren't too fond of steak, though.
So is that why you combine the two?
Yes, it is.
To put off the other bugbears?
Correct, yes. Well, where do we order from? Do I just say it into the abyss and does it just appear, or...?
The waiters will bring the food.
Oh. Do they, if you don't mind me asking, do the waiters look at you?
Well, it is the dark, so what does it matter?
Oh, exactly. Well,
You will just feel, as you're sort of chatting, you did sit right next to her.
yes, I did.
You will feel a small weight on your shoulder and a little in your ear.
Hello, my name's Huxley.
What do you try and order?
Oh, yes, I would like to order the cinnamon buns, of course, with the steak on top. Huxley himself is a fond consumer of quipper and chips, fish and chips. So those two things for both of us.
Lovely. As you'll whisper that into the ether, and the plates will manifest in front of you on the table. And she looks, obviously you're sort of still looking at her through Stampy's eyes, which is your little failsafe. She looks a little disappointed.
I thought you said you were going to surprise me. This is what you talked about before.
Oh, I see. My memory isn't what it used to be. I tell you what, can you cover your ears?
No, there's a lot of them.
Oh. Could you try and have some very strong thoughts so you can't hear me order it, because that would give it away as well.
I'll tell you what, I will ask my hair to make a little song.
And you'll just hear all of the snakes go
Amazing. She said she liked meat. So Huxley will immediately order like a full-on carvery with all of the trimmings. So like cooked meat on a spit, but also uncooked meat on a spit, because he wasn't sure whether she wanted rare, raw, or cooked. But like all the roast potatoes, gravy, vegetables as well. That will also appear.
Lovely. I'm just going to speed things along for time. I think she is appreciative of the meat. She will eat a selection of both raw and cooked, because what a constitution, what a stomach.
What a hero.
I know. And towards the end of the meal, will lean towards you, trying to get if you managed to actually, you've been trying to keep your eyes closed the entire meal, right? Do you want to roll me some kind of constitution check or strength check to do that?
I will go cons. That would be a 4.
Okay, great. I think what happens is halfway through the meal, she's been tucking in, and she just goes,
"Oh, would you be a dear, Huxley, and pass me the salt?"
Yes, of course. Okay.
And in that moment, like a fraction, sort of as you're being so affable and polite, as you turn to her, I think your eyes open slightly, and because Stampy has provided light, you suddenly, everything is stone.
Okay.
Fortunately, the illusionist will kind of suddenly bustle in and go, again. Okay. I mean, well done, Dusa. Fantastic work. Talking is a free action. And suddenly, you find yourself, Liz. Hello.
Hello.
Hello and welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good. I feel like I've just been transported from the mind of someone else. I don't really know how. But here I am.
Yeah. We have many skills and abilities here that roll together, and the power of transportation through story is one of the main ones. So
it is. I love
I'm hoping that it was a smooth ride.
It was. While in transit, I had a great time.
Lovely.
It was seamless.
Great. That's what I like to hear. A seamless transition, a seamless segue into this is the chat section. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I don't know why that came out so robotic. Hello.
Hello.
This is where I get to roll not a dice, a random number generator, because we don't have 100 questions.
Yes.
One day I will.
If you're in
have
Twitch
time.
chat and you would like to write a question for us, please
Genuinely, please do. And it is my intention at some point. I know we have had some wonderful suggestions before, and I've been quite busy, unfortunately, so I've not had time to properly collate stuff. But if you do have questions, throw them in the Discord, because I might not see the Twitch chat.
Ooh, we do have a Discord, don't we?
We do have a Discord. Okay. I'll see. Yeah, see that question. I feel like it's similar to what we've just done, so I might be sneaky and grab 2 questions. So one, what actually this is a double-sided question. What are your character's favorite snacks? So what's Liz's and what's Huxley's?
Okay, Liz, that's me.
Hello.
Hello. I really enjoy savory things, so for me it's always crisp, always. However, recently I've given up drinking for a little bit, and through not drinking I really want sugar all the time. So when you say favorite snacks, that's just me being pecky all the time. So I'm sugary, like, you know those little gummy bottles that are pink and blue and really
Yes,
fizzy,
yes, yes,
like
I do.
bubblegum bottles. Oh my god, I actually have eaten a lot of those in my lifetime, and I would gladly continue to do so.
Do you find they sate you as a snack though? Because I find sweets like that are pure sugar.
Yeah.
I always feel more empty after. I enjoy them now and again, but I
Mm.
need, if I'm going for something sweet, I need like a chocolate bar or biscuits or cake or ice cream or something like that that's got more weight to it.
You know, I do enjoy a waffle and ice cream. Yeah,
Nice.
I do enjoy that. Yeah, the thing I like about things that are just pure sugar, I feel like I'm not eating a lot.
Yeah, fair.
Which means I can eat a lot, which is Liz logic, and I know that's not correct. But yeah, they have no calories in, like, at all.
Of course, yeah, definitely don't know.
No.
What would be your go-to snack if you are playing D&D in person or any other TTRPG? Sat around a table, everyone's brought snacks. What have you brought?
Weirdly, pizza. I know it's not really a snack.
That's more of a meal?
But it's an easy thing, and you can let it go cold if you need to. Like, you don't have
sure.
to have it hot. Snacks, I don't know. When I'm playing D&D, I don't really tend to snack a lot because I tend to DM more than anything, and you can't really eat and DM at the same time. But even as a player, I talk a lot, and everyone will know that I, as characters, talk a lot. So I don't really get a chance to eat.
Fair enough. I would like to circle back to the, as a DM, you
Yes.
don't have time to snack. And I don't know if you've seen the rant that Brennan Lee Mulligan did
No, although I love
about
Brennan.
almonds and needing his almonds whilst it's a beautiful thing. It's on YouTube. It's been clipped many times.
I need to go find that.
Yeah, he's very passionate about his almond snacks. There was one of the episodes of Critical Role that he DM'd. He just absolutely just inhaled an entire can of Coke because it was getting into like the 5th hour, and they'd started combat, and he was like, and it was incredible to watch.
The thing I love about Brennan is, like, you can tell when there's some magic gonna happen because this massive smile appears on his face. Like, if he's gonna say something as an NPC and it's gonna be gold, the smile always starts, and you're like, oh, what's gonna follow? I love him as a DM. He's amazing.
Yeah, I'm sad that a lot of his work is hidden behind a paywall, which, you know, pay people for their work. Absolutely agree with. I don't have enough time in my life to invest.
But that's why it's so cool, because a lot of the industry talk to each other. So he did all the stuff for Crit Roll, which was obviously,
so I did
you
watch
have to
those.
get Prime for that. But, you know, you can catch those on YouTube.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he's very, very, very cool.
He is. Well, that was a little segue into a fabulous DM. You are also a fabulous DM, but what is Huxley's favourite snack?
Snacks for Huxley. I would say some kind of like old lady kind of biscuit. So he, no, I say old lady biscuit. I'm thinking of my grandma. She enjoyed a blue ribbon, but I think he would probably go for a digestive. Quite a plain snack.
Plain digestive.
And I know it gets a little bit dry, so he would have to lubricate himself somewhat. But I think a plain digestive, he'd be quite kind of simple with his snacks. He's not very
oh, bless him.
in need of things. Yeah.
Good for the digestion, I suppose, to keep
Very
it
much
free
so.
of chocolate.
Gotta keep loose.
Fair enough. How has it been return? I'm going to go off the questions now.
Yes.
Ah, rogue, you can't stop me.
We scoff at questions on this game.
Huxley's book club. How cute is it? It's so cute.
I know. And like, I was so taken aback when Mike, who DM'd it, he was like, you know, he genuinely said, I love Huxley so much, so I wanted to make this. And like, as a player, having a DM tell that to you, that honestly, that blew me away, and that was so lovely. And the thing I love about Mike and what he's done with it, it's so clever, because we're all level 14, it's ridiculous, but it's not so much about that. That doesn't matter, because it's about us as characters and how the characters talk to each other.
Yeah.
And there's a sense of being in a little community together. We're all kind of outcasts in a way, and we all really get on with each other as a group. So playing in that environment is a blessing. It's gorgeous to play in. But a fun bit about the game, I don't know if you've seen episode 1 yet, but we arrived, no spoilers, but we arrived in a place, and it happens to be centered around books, as you'd expect with Huxley's Books Club. And some of us had to make a constitution save, I believe. Huxley happened to fail. But what that meant was that you had to say in a narrative way what your character's thoughts were.
It was my favorite part of the first episode. It was so
I would
good.
play every game like that. Oh my god. And I was like, Mike, that's genius.
Yeah.
I've never seen that done before. That was so good and so much fun to do, and you had to think about what you're going to say in the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're ever playing in a game, and if you're DMing a game and you want to make something really fun for your players, watch episode 1 of Huxley's Book Club and see what happens with that, because so much unexpected stuff came out as a result.
Yeah.
Having to say your players' thoughts is ridiculous.
Yeah. But also so revealing. You've got we've talked about before the issues with a 4-parter campaign. It's that it's great for sort of telling shorter stories and keeping things quite punchy, and but it can also sometimes feel like there are so many characters with wonderful backstories. Everyone's so invested in their characters, and you'd never quite have time to pick apart. And if a character is not forthcoming about that backstory, it might not get brought out at all. If you've got a conceit where everyone is cursed to speak everything aloud, no matter what the thoughts are, it's an instant gotcha to pick up hooks later. Now, in this case, it was very cozy and humorous, but also, how great would that work in an edgelord campaign as well?
Totally. And like you say, those games, you don't have a lot of time. And it was a really great mechanism of making thoughts come to light. And yeah, it was genius.
Yeah.
So good.
I loved it. So we've just watched episode 2, where you've been going on adventures. Is there a favourite moment coming up that you can give us a non-spoilery teaser for?
I think it's mainly watching all the characters mesh together, because it's, when playing it, it's so obvious to me, like, wow, we're really knitting together as a group. And I think it's really obvious when you watch it how we started. We started as friends, but we really start to get each other's back. I'm not gonna lie, there may be some tension. The Prattler may throw some curveballs at us, but as a group we stick together and we help each other through it. So yeah, I would say just watch it for the characters, because that is really what Mike is displaying in this campaign. So yeah, I would say that.
It's really lovely to see. I mean, that's one of the things I like about Roll Together, is that we have this breadth of, sometimes we do dark and gritty and horror, and sometimes we do big, sweeping and epic, and then sometimes we do like a lot of the time, even in both of those, we have so many people that are committed to character. And to bringing joy even in the darkest of backstories, or the grittiest of characters, finding those little moments of playfulness and picking up on each other's playfulness and yes-handing. So it's nice. I think if we, I don't know, I would enjoy it, but I think that there might be some people who, if every single campaign we did was everyone running around being fluffy all the time, that there'd be some people that weren't into that. But I think we have plenty of it going on, and it's nice to have a campaign that is, no, you're not going out on a big adventure, you're having a freaking book club.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. I guess another thing to watch out for is, so first episode is quite warm and fluffy, and second episode is quite warm and fluffy, but you can feel the dial turning in terms of peril. And when the perilous moments come, they almost feel more important because they contrast with the fluffy. And it's really interesting. So yes, watch it.
Yes. All right, we've not got long left, so
okay, let's talk really quickly.
I was going to ask you anything. I was going to put you back in the world.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
And your Huxley
Hello.
is back in the room with the long banqueting table, and as he comes back into his own senses, it's the Medusa instead that is turned to stone, and a doorway to the side of the table is standing ajar, ready for you to leave.
Huxley will feel quite guilty about that, and I like to think she has an outstretched hand, and he's going to put a cinnamon bun in it and continue through the door.
Fantastic. Please roll me another D100.
$51.
A 51. Let's see. All right. Okay. As you approach this door, you can see there's a blue glowing light coming from inside. Do you hide behind the door and let Stampy go first this time, or did you just head on in?
No, Stampy, I think you've had enough fun for today. It's going to be me going through the door.
Very well. You head in, and where the floor now is sort of tiled rather than stone. And it's a long corridor with, now there are actually sconces in the walls.
Oh, wow.
Flaming sconces.
Let it be known.
I know you were worried that this this hour would not contain enough church sconce content, but here it is. Church sconce content is also a lovely tongue twister to say multiple times fast. Church sconce. Oh no, church sconce content. Church sconce content.
Oh,
church
God.
sconce content.
I'm not even going to attempt that. There's going to be too much spit. I have a lisp too, so it's never going to happen.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
Yes.
Okay. The sconces in the walls that have blue flames.
Ooh.
And ahead of you, you notice the floor is tiled with jumbled letters, one per tile.
Stampy, I think this is a quiz. Do any of the letters, Carol, are there any vowels on the floor?
Yes.
Okay. And are there any consonants?
There are no consonants, but there are consonants.
Oh, that's the one. And are there any numbers or runes?
No.
But
you do find that they are in different languages.
Oh, even more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to combine the letters from the specific languages and put them together in their little groups, would I see any linkage between them? Do they make a word?
An investigation check, please.
Investigation. Right. 18?
18 is pretty darn good, yes. You can see a few different words that are traversing the length of this corridor. But there's none of them that particularly stand out to you immediately. There's no like repeats, like there's one word in every language and then there's a jumble of letters. I think what's your passive investigation?
Passive in 20.
Yes, okay. You'll see across the on the wall just a little bit further away. It's quite dark, even with the church sconces. So you didn't maybe necessarily see it straight away, but as soon as you start trying to take in things and start to look about as you're thinking, you spot actually engraved in the wall there is a sketched out clue that says, "What am I seeking from across the multiverse?"
So Liz has no idea,
That's
but
fine.
would Huxley?
Yeah. That's fine. I think as you're looking at that, Stampy will also come and look at the letters in front of you and bounce on a letter K.
Oh. Right.
And that one seems to be safe. Actually, no. Can Stampy interact with objects?
No, but Stampy can cast spells on objects. So, like, could cast Shocking Grasp. So, could interact with an object that way.
Would Huxley just take Stampy's cue and like step on the one that Stampy has suggested, or would you let Stampy Shocking Grasp?
Well, we've got quite a trusting bond, so I think if Stampy believes that's a safe course of action, Huxley will.
Good. So you step on the letter. You step on the letter K, and it sort of sinks down with a little, but nothing happens. So it feels like This is correct. This is safe. And as it's sunk down slightly, you can see that the letters either side look like that they would they have little like gas pipes. So maybe if you stepped on the wrong one,
We
then,
wouldn't want to do that,
yeah,
Stampy.
it'd be a terrible time. Lovely. And with it beginning with the letter K,
Mhm.
you start to think, what am I seeking from across the multiverse? Well, this is the Illusionists temple. So what is she seeking from across the multiverse? What was it that she kidnapped me for in the first place?
Knowledge.
Once you look around ahead of you, there is an N.
Can I phone a friend?
Who would you phone?
Vajra Safar of the Black Staff Academy. Now, we've never actually talked face to face, but I think now might be the time, because I don't think I'll get a chance to ask her again.
How are you just casting sending?
I'm casting sending, yes.
What are you saying to Vajra?
Hello, Vajra. It's me, Huxley. Now, I'm in a room with Stampy. And there are letters on
Wait,
the floor.
there are letters.
How many have we got left?
I think that's 17.
Okay. On the floor.
20.
I need your help. Thank you.
Is that one word or two?
That's 2 words.
So we get thank.
She's never met Huxley before. He just works in the building.
You'll have a moment. Wait, didn't Huxley do a sending to Vajra in Reaping of Golden?
It
not
didn't
Reaping
go
of Golden
down very
Fields,
well.
God. Yeah.
She was like, hello.
Yeah. You get back. Who is this? Is this you again? I don't know what you expect me to do from here. Sorry you're in trouble. I'm busy.
Maybe next time, Stampy. I'm going to press on the N.
Yeah, you're fine.
We'll get a dialogue with her one day. I'm fairly confident that it's knowledge, if I can
Yes,
spell it
there
out,
is
so
an
I
O
will-
and a W and at the
Yep.
end, so on. You're able to make your way to the very end, and as you hit the door at the end, you reach towards it. Perhaps would Huxley is Huxley getting into the swing of things now and excited, or is this like a oh what's next?
No, we're going to go straight through those doors, I think.
Fabulous. As you reach for the door, it the handle sort of disappears and it starts swirling and turns into a large silvery pinky portal in front of you, and the illusionist appears behind you.
Hello.
Hello. How's that experience for you?
I had a jolly good time. How was it for you?
You did a lot of eating.
Yes.
Would
you like a cinnamon bun?
No, I'm good, thank you. I've tried them before. Things get sticky, and then I have to send the kobolds to clean things up, and they're not very good with sticky.
Oh, you just have to be very precise with the questions that you ask them. They kind of lose track halfway through a question or a request, and then they only do half the job that's asked of them.
If you were asking a kobold to clean up, say, a banquet with a petrified Medusa, and you wanted them to do a good job, what would you say?
I would say, hello, my name's Huxley Brittlesnout. There's a banquet in which there is a stone Medusa, and we need you, please, if it's all right with you, to clean it up for us. Thank you very much.
No, see, that still sounds too vague, I think, because where would they take the Medusa? And how would they consider cleaning? Would they just polish her? Or would they take her away? Would they eat the food? Or would they put it where it should be, in the fridge, in properly organised Tupperware?
I don't know what a fridge is, but
Mortals. Never mind. Well, maybe I'll add that to my list of questions.
what's a
you were-
fridge?
No, how to communicate with kobolds.
Oh, I see. Yes.
At the moment, I've been going with, "Oi, do the work I ask you." And it
Hmm.
seems to work some of the time.
To try and be polite, dear. I find it works wonders.
Yes, I have tried that, and then people get cross at me. And I don't like it when people feel that they are allowed to get cross at me.
Why do people get cross at you?
You know what?
What?
Huxley,
Yes.
this is supposed to be about you, not
No.
about me. No,
No.
I'm merely your host, and I think, lovely and delightful as your visit has been, your
Thank
time
you.
is now up. So, I'm about to push you through this little portal. Where exactly was it that you came from?
Well, you might know of someone called the Prattler, and he has a rather large library in which he's trapped us all. But if you could get us all out of there, that would also work as well.
I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. I do know the Prattler, and I have respect for someone with a large library. The problem is, all of the knowledge that he's collected is his own, and doesn't really go beyond his own experience, so doesn't really interest me. Anyway, I'll bear with. I've just got to speak to our wonderful audience members for just a second, so
Right.
sit tight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Talking is a Free Action. I hoped you enjoyed the adventures of one Huxley Bricklesnout. Bricklesnout?
Hello.
Did I say that right?
More or less, yes.
Yeah. You didn't write it down, so I don't know. No, I do know. I am a question master. I know everything. And if I said it wrong, I didn't. Anyway, you'll find us here Friday, 6 till 7 p.m. BST, and on Mondays and Tuesdays, 6 to 9 p.m. we stream our D&D games, the documentaries, where you can follow the adventures of people just like Huxley. So
Hello.
you would have seen Huxley's Book Club episode 2 just this Monday going, and then next one should be Fracture, which is our ongoing series. And then on Tuesdays, we're currently streaming reruns of Sea of Swords Forsaken, so you can enjoy all of those Mondays and Tuesdays. Fridays, join us for Talking is a Free Action or Talk Together, and then you can watch all of this on demand, either on Twitch straight away after it's streamed, or on YouTube later, and also as a podcast. Don't forget. Hello, podcast listeners. Thank you once again to all of our wonderful sponsors and supporters and our D20 Club. You know, Huxley, they're marvellous. They do things for us, like they run a Discord, and they've got a wiki as well, and they're just lovely people. And everyone else should be just as lovely as they are. So you should go and look at Patreon and become as lovely as they are. I think that's everything I have to say. Huxley, dare I ask?
Yes.
Dare I allow you a final statement before you enter back to the portal?
Well, my statement will be very long and very long-winded.
Okay, Huxley, have a wonderful time and enjoy the rest of your adventures. Goodbye, everyone.